Howdy folks, welcome back to another video. We've just come off the freeway out of Canberra. We're about 50 k's out of Canberra, and we're just going for a 100k cruise. It's amazing, the wind was like really gnarly before, and now it's completely dropped off. It's just like really peaceful and quiet, which is awesome. You can just hear the birds doing their thing, and everything just settles down, becomes really peaceful. It's a really beautiful time of the evening, really amazing time of the evening. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about if you're not doing what you want to do, then what the hell are you doing? Now what I mean by that is, most people spend so much time doing something that they don't want to do, and you can tell because wake up in the morning, they go get their coffee, they go to work, they sit in an office all day, go home, have a couple of drinks before they go home, eat dinner, go to bed, wake up, do that. And that's cool if that's what you want to do. If that's your calling in life and your purpose, and that's something that gets you out of bed every morning and you're like, fuck yeah, I can't wait to smash it, then good on you, thumbs up. Everybody's a bit different, has different aspirations. But having lived in Canberra, I see so many people that just look so miserable because it just seems like a slog. It seems like a massive task just to do the daily. And I often think to myself, how many of those people really genuinely want to go and do what they're doing? And so I suppose that comes back to my journey when I was working I had a purpose. I had this idea that I was going to hop on my bike and cycle around Australia, and it's what I'm doing now, which is to be living my purpose is one of the greatest gifts of all. So but I digress. And so what I mean by that is, if you have a goal of something to work towards, like I had 3 jobs, I was earning a bit of money to make sure that I could buy the things I needed to go on my trip, and so I had a goal in mind, but at the same time I had a passion for this idea that I was going to do whatever it took to make it happen. And I think sometimes when people don't have the passion for something, it just ends up being such a daily chore because you're not enjoying what you're doing. And I mean, for me, nature, cycling, it's what gets me out of bed in the morning. It's what gives me huge amounts of inspiration to keep going daily. And I think it's important to have so much love for what you do, because it never ends up being a chore. It just ends up being, hold it this way, it just ends up being such a joy every day to be able to do what it is you want to do, and you can work towards that. Always have goals in mind, but understand that not all goals work out. Set them in sand versus in stone, so you don't get too attached to the outcome, because sometimes we just get so fixated on certain things that when they don't happen, we get very down, because we were looking forward to them happening so much. So I think it's a big goal to understand that when you just have such a desire for something, and it just excites you so much that you start chasing it, you start wanting it more, and you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. And so that's what my journey is about. I had this goal in mind, and I worked very hard at it to make it happen. And someone said to me the other day, they're like, oh, you know, you're very lucky to be able to do what you do. And I agree. I am very lucky. I'm very fortunate to be able to live, work and travel around Australia on my bike, and be semi-retired at 32 and work 6 months of the year and travel for the other 6. It's not one day I'm not grateful for the things I'm surrounded by. But I've made it work for me. I haven't sat on my ass on the couch watching TV. You know, I went to work, I've gone out, I've met people, I've traveled around, I've worked at it daily to make it happen. And you should be the same. If you have a goal, you know, no one's going to make it work apart from you. You have to be the instigator. You have to be the one who's channeling the inspiration from the beginning to make it happen for yourself. And it's all great, you get inspired and you have inspiration on the road by the people that you meet and the things that you see, but you have to be the one to make it happen. You know, I think it's just so important to make sure that you have an understanding of what it is you want to do. Not everybody knows what they want to do in life. It takes a little bit longer for some people. You know, but if you're sitting on the couch watching TV, you know, getting a fat bum and not moving too much, you know, maybe it's time to reassess your goals and try and figure out something, you know, something more important, something that has meaning versus watching meaningless shit, doing meaningless shit. You know, because you only get one chance at life. You know, someone yesterday I was talking to my housemate Elle, and she was saying, you know, she'd been thinking about death a lot in the last couple of years. And I think it's just natural to think about it. I'm not going to get too dreary on death, but I don't find death dreary anyway. It just means that you have to live your life like you could be dead tomorrow, because you just don't know. You know, who knows? You ride your bike out of here, you know, something could happen. Or you just have to be realistic with life and understand that shit happens, man. But don't stop living your life and your purpose because you're afraid of dying. You know, it's not something it would stop you from just living your life purpose, because so many other people put fear into your system, saying, oh, I don't know about that because it's a bit dangerous. Fuck it, man, just go, live, do your thing. You know, and if you die doing it and you're loving it, when it happens, then, you know, that's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. So be realistic with that. Live your purpose being sitting on the couch and wasting your life away, and then something happens. There's not much purpose in that. Rather be riding a bike, heading out into nature, loving it. So do yourself a favour. Don't sit on the couch. Go and do something that has meaning. And bring meaning to your life. And bring people that have meaning to you. And then you can give that back to them. It's like sharing. You're like an enzyme. It's like one, connect, go together. Because the greatest gift is sharing energy. If you have energy. And if you're a vegan, you'll have an abundance of it. So, peace to you guys. Catch you next time, and take it easy till then.